and it is the tablet. In this technological age, almost every child that I come across in my practice, as as young as age 1, they have their tablets, or they have an iPhone, or they have a gadget that is almost like a necessity. Like the child needs it to pay attention. The child needs it to be quiet. The child needs it to keep the fingers working. But even though everyone is getting a tablet, I think most people haven't been informed of all the things that the tablet could do for a child. And since I've started um, always mentioning the good sides, let me say that the good thing about a tablet is the fact that, parents enjoy seeing the child use a tablet, and it's some form of a pride, like, oh, if the child can navigate this gadget so well, then my child is so intelligent, you know and then parents also see it as fashionable. It comes with the age for every child, like to have something that shows that you are living in the technological age and you are not left back in the stone age. So that's another thing. And then also, of course, it keeps the child busy. Tablets seem to keep the child busy for long hours, and parents can be free, go and make their phone calls. Some parents can even get out of their houses without their children noticing. And to parents, this is a good thing because we all want to have our lives back after we have children, right? Okay, but unfortunately, I'm just going to bust your bubble here and say that all those things, it may seem fashionable, it may seem nice, but for me, if you ever introduce a tablet to your child, especially for long exposures or for long sets of time, long periods of time, to the extent that the child cannot let go of the tablet, then I am sorry, but you are doing the child more wrong than good. And I want us to discuss a few of those things. The first part is the
Mildred,
addictive.
there are people on the show who are crying because of us.
Hey, please,
Please
I'm
wipe your
sorry.
tears. We are sorry, but we just want to tell you what is real, what can help all of us.
Oh, all right. Pardon me, okay? I would try to be as sensitive as possible. I mean, I'm a mother myself, and I've had that dilemma of going for a tablet so that I could just rest, I could take that long
Yeah.
nap, I could get that beauty sleep. But, the things that I've had to think about, I just want you to also think about, okay? Um, Tablets can be quite addictive. That's the first one. And then so you see there's a pattern of almost all the toddlers that use tablets, that you can see they feel entitled to this gadget. It's almost like it's a lifeline. If you take it from them, it's the worst punishment ever. Kids have had to throw tantrums at social events and at public places just because the mother decided to give the tablet a break from the child. And you can see that that is not good enough for a child that young to feel that form of addiction to a device. You know, those are the times when you want your children to more like bond with you and feel the attachment with you, but you realize that when the kids feel that attachment and a bonding with the device, they tend to forget their parents. The mother walks in, walks out, they don't notice. Anything just happens, but just, you can take everything away, but give me my tablet. I will be fine. And I don't think that is good for the child's growth and development. Um, the thing is, with these smart devices, they have a way of affecting or changing some um, brain electromagnetic waves. There are some, there are some chemicals that go on that are in the brain. I don't know. I'm trying to use simpler ways of explaining it, but your brain activity could be affected by prolonged use of these devices. And we must understand that children, even children up to like age 5, their brains are still developing. The brain is one of the organs that still keep developing after the baby is out of the womb. So you have to make sure that you nurture the information that goes in the brain, the kind of chemical activity that's happening at the level of the brain, and the prolonged exposure to this repetitive flashing of lights and screens changing constantly can have a negative effect on your child. And some of the negative effects could come in the form of attention. And then I've had times when people who come to see me say, I don't understand my child's teacher. My child my child's teacher says he can't pay attention, but he really pays attention with the gadgets. I mean, he can sit for like 3 hours, 4 hours paying attention on the tablet or on the phone. And I want you to understand, everyone here, that that kind of attention is not attention. Actually, the brain is not resting at the time when the child is busy on the gadgets. The a constant, these devices are made also for commercial purposes. They have to be able to keep you watching so that you buy more. So most of the time they have very high contrast, very sharp lights. They're constantly changing screens to keep you watching. So you would think my child is not moving and sitting still, but the brain is constantly working. Every second something is changing, things are happening, objects are moving up and down the whole time, and then the child is watching in close proximity, or how should I say, the child is very close, with the device, all the lights coming in. The child's circle of activity is just around here. Anything outside is like it doesn't bother them. These children tend to have mood issues as well, and we've recorded irritability as well. You could see that the children that spend a lot of time with the tablets and the gadgets seem to be very irritable, and some of the mood issues could be improved on if we reduce the length of time that the children are being exposed to the gadgets. And then we can see that apart from mood and apart from concentration or attention, there's also learning. Some kids have difficulties learning things like building language, things like generalizing what they are seeing on the screen to the natural world. Most of the kids that stay long on tablets and on iPhones and on other gadgets of that sort, you realize that creativity is very, very low. All they know is the monotonous activity of either finger clicking, while staring at the screen for long hours, or, swiping. And that is not enough. You have so much you could do with your fingers. And all those times where you are glued and you are just swiping and poking, you are depriving the child from exploring the other aspects of the environment that they need to learn from. You know, the world is big and you can't limit your child to a gadget. And most of the things that are on the tablet are, it's like there's a programming, and most of it, of the programs are predictable, and it's like you cannot make any changes